Right now, somewhere below 1,000 meters underwater, a light is glowing in complete darkness. It flickers gently, almost inviting you closer. Nothing else moves. No sunlight has reached this place in millions of years. And then, out of the black, something opens. A mouth lined with clear, needle-thin teeth wide enough to swallow prey larger than its own body. This is the anglerfish. Scientists have filmed it fewer than a handful of times alive in its natural habitat. So why does something this small terrify people more than almost any other creature in the ocean? The anglerfish lives in what oceanographers call the Bathypelagic zone, roughly 1,000 to 4,000 meters down. At that depth, sunlight has never existed. The pressure is intense enough to crush an unprotected human body instantly. Food is scarce, spread out across miles of empty water, and so is anything resembling a mate. Most animals would struggle to survive here at all. The anglerfish didn't just survive, it turned this crushing, lightless world into its hunting ground. Its most famous feature is the glowing lure dangling above its head, called an esca. That light isn't produced by the fish itself. It comes from colonies of bioluminescent bacteria living inside the lure in a symbiotic relationship. The fish provides shelter. The bacteria provide the glow. In a place where no other light exists, that soft flicker looks like safety, or maybe food, to any curious creature passing by. But here's where things get strange. The moment something swims close enough to investigate, the anglerfish's jaw snaps open in a fraction of a second, and its stomach can stretch to nearly twice its normal size to take in prey far larger than itself. Up close, the face of an anglerfish looks almost designed to be unsettling. A massive head, rows of translucent, backward curving teeth built to trap prey rather than chew it. Small, often nearly useless eyes, because in total darkness, eyesight barely matters. Some species are covered in ultra-black skin, absorbing more than 99% of the light that touches them, making them nearly invisible even when illuminated. Nature wasn't trying to make a monster, it was solving a survival problem. It just happened to create something that looks like nightmare fuel in the process. But the lure and the teeth aren't even the strangest part of this story. For decades, marine biologists were confused because almost every anglerfish they found alive was female. Where were the males? The answer, once discovered, shocked the scientific community. Male anglerfish are tiny, sometimes just a few centimeters long, compared to females that can grow many times their size. When a male finds a female in this vast, dark ocean, he bites into her body and never lets go. Enzymes begin fusing his tissue directly into hers. Over time, their bloodstreams merge. His eyes, fins, and internal organs break down until he's no longer an independent animal at all, just a permanent sperm-producing attachment living off his mate for the rest of her life. Yeah, that's terrifying, and also one of the strangest reproductive strategies in the entire animal kingdom, but it makes sense once you understand the problem it solves. In a habitat this empty, finding a mate more than once might be almost impossible, so evolution's answer was simple. Once you find one, never let go permanently. Researchers using deep-sea submersibles and remotely operated vehicles, including expeditions run by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, have managed to capture some of the only footage that exists of anglerfish alive and undisturbed in their natural habitat. Most of what we know about anglerfish anatomy actually comes from specimens hauled up in nets, already dead, bodies damaged by the sudden drop in pressure on the way to the surface. Watching one glide silently through the black water, lure pulsing, is something almost no human has ever witnessed directly. Except there's one problem. Even with cameras, submarines, and decades of research, scientists still don't fully understand how many species of anglerfish actually exist, how long they live, or how often they successfully reproduce in the wild. Estimates suggest there could be well over 200 species, but new ones are still being described. The deep ocean is so vast and so difficult to explore that an anglerfish could live its entire life within a few miles of water and never once cross paths with a research vessel. So here's the full picture. The anglerfish isn't terrifying because it's dangerous to humans. It's far too small and far too deep to ever pose a real threat to us. It's terrifying because everything about it, the glowing trap, the hinged jaw, the fused mate, feels like it belongs in a world built on entirely different rules than our own. And in a sense, it does. Down there, in permanent darkness and crushing pressure, those rules produced one of the strangest survival stories evolution has ever written. The ocean isn't empty, it's simply waiting for us to discover what's still hiding below. If you enjoy exploring the unknown, there's plenty more waiting beneath the surface.